This conference will now be recorded.
All right. So in the last session, what was the concept we have discussed?
We have seen the point-to-point setup, sir.
All right. So have you got a chance to set up the lab environment in your laptops, and have you done the point-to-point setup?
No, sir. Actually,
Why?
was busy.
Okay.
No, honestly, not for me as well. But
All right. So the thing is, I already told you, right? If you do not understand the point-to-point setup, the next concept will be very difficult to understand. You need to have some good hands-on on it. Okay. So, all right. Fine. So for today telecast, do a practice of the point-to-point setup and just technically implement it so that the next concept would be very easy for you. So let's do one thing. Let's today start with the triggering concept, which is module number 6. So it's not completed, right? Okay. So today we're going to start with a new concept that is called triggering. So triggering concept is not something different. It's like a small enhancement in the point-to-point setup itself. Okay. So let me start with the triggering concept. All right. So triggering. So in this session, you will be able to understand about what is a triggering terminology, and what is channel triggering. So that is the concept we are going to discuss in the triggering concept, the channel triggering. So triggering. So have you ever heard about a word called a trigger? Do you know anything about triggering? I mean, general English I'm asking.
So
triggering
triggering
is starting a job.
Okay. Starting a job means what it is. You are manually starting the job.
No, it can be auto-scheduled.
Exactly. So the thing is, triggering is a feature that enables a channel to be started automatically. It means some instance we are going to start automatically whenever messages are arrived on the transmission queue. So for example, if you remember the point-to-point setup, so this is the point-to-point setup, right? So we have a sending queue manager QM1, receiving queue manager QM1, QM2. In sending queue manager, we will be having a remote queue which contains the address of remote destination. Then we will be having a transmission queue that will transmit the messages from remote queue to sender channel. Then we will be having a sender channel that contains the IP address and the listener port number of queue manager 2. Then in the receiving queue manager, we will be having a receiving queue, then a receiver channel, and then a listener which will continuously listens about the incoming request. And then we have to start our sender channel manually in the sending queue manager, and that sender channel will come to running state. Then we conclude that yes, my point-to-point setup is perfectly up and fine, correct? And when we put the messages using AMQS put program into the remote queue, that message will come to the transmission queue. Then from the transmission queue, that message will come to the sender channel, and then that message will be transported over the network, and the listener is going to accept that message, and the receiver channel takes the message and puts on the remote on the receiving queue. And from the receiving queue, using get program, AMQS get program, the receiving application is going to get the messages. In this way, the sending application and the receiving application are going to communicate via point-to-point setup. So this is what the normal point-to-point setup is, right? So here in the entire point-to-point setup, the sender channel in the sending queue manager, we are going to start it manually so that it will come to running state, right? Now the thing is, whenever channel after some time, the sender channel will go to inactive state. I mean, from running state, it will go to inactive state. At the time, again, you need to start the channel manually so that channel will come to running state. For example, I will show you one scenario before going to training concept. So I have, okay, I'm logging into the server. So paste mqm, password is mqm. And then we already have two queue managers, right? So yeah, let me start them. strmqm qm1 and strmqm qm2 dstmq. Okay, let me increase the font. Alright. Now see, the queue managers are now up and running. Now, if I go to the sending queue manager, say QM2, and if I check the channel status CHL1, see the channel status not found, channel was inactive. The thing is, whenever channel came to running stage, after certain time period, channel will automatically goes to inactive state. At the time, again, the point to point setup is not going to work because now the channel is not running. So again, we have to start the channel using start channel command. This is our sender channel, so that our sender channel will come to running state. Oh, it's retrain. So retrain is always a
The
problematic stage.
receiving channel is not unable, I guess.
No, receiver channel will automatically runs whenever sender channel comes up. So receiver channel, you can ignore it. Like receiver channel is completely under the control of sender channel. When you start the sender channel and if the sender channel come to running state, then automatically receiver channel also comes to running state.
Okay. So I
Okay.
guess you have to reset the channel status.
Yes, we have reset, right? From inactive state, I'm trying to start the channel. It means we are resetting the channel, but the channel is in retrain. Retrain is always a problematic. It means it is keep on trying. So the reason could be this thing. Okay. Okay. Right now, I also don't know the reason. Okay. The
No,
thing
no, sir.
is,
What I am trying to say is like reset the channel status, stop it, then reset, and then again start it. It will start, I guess.
okay, let's see. You mean to say stop channel, so that channel will come goes to stop status like this,
Yeah. Now you
and
have to
then
reset the channel status.
reset.
In Windows there are options, right? Like start, stop, and reset.
Uh-huh.
So reset you can do, na?
You mean reset channel like this?
Yes, yes.
Okay. What is the purpose of reset? Any idea?
Sir, I guess it will reset entire properties of channel, something like that.
No. That's not the purpose of reset. Reset completely altogether is a completely for a different purpose. Okay.
I guess clearing the cache.
No,
Okay,
no.
fine, sir.
The,
Hmm.
the thing is, here I know the reason. The thing is, there's a receiving queue manager QM2. We have just started, right? But what
Right.
about the listener? Is the listener is running in the receiving side?
Okay. Okay.
It's not running because listener should always continuously listens about the incoming request. See, when you have a
Correct.
calling
Correct.
bell to your home, there should be a power supply. Without power supply, calling bell won't work.
Correct.
So
Correct. Correct.
now the listener is not running. If my guess is right, I'm sure on it. For example, if I go to if I go to PM2, if I check the status of the listener, LSTR2, see, listener status not found. It's
Hmm.
not running. That is the
Correct.
reason sender channel is not sender channel is in retrain. So start listener LSTR2 display ls status LSTR2. Now see it's running. Now let's go to the sending queue manager with QM1 and now let's start the channel. For sure it will start now. Display CHS CHL1. See it's not running because now the listener is ready to accept the incoming request and it is accepted. Now sender channel came to running. So as soon as sender channel came to running state, automatically in the receiving queue manager side, the receiver channel also comes to running state. See, the receiver in QM2 that is also running. So the receiver channel is completely under the control of sender channel. That's it. Okay. Now the thing is here, what we have to do, we have to manually start the sender channel. That's the biggest problem. So for example, display CHS, CHL1. Now the channel is running. Now the thing is, till how much time the sender channel will keep running? The answer is every sender channel. So if I see the properties of a sender channel using display CHL command, every sender channel is having a property called disconnection interval, which is 6000 seconds. So 6000 seconds means it's like 1.5 hour, 1 hour 30 minutes. Okay, I'm not sure if it is seconds or milliseconds, but here 6000 means it's like 90 minutes. If you divide by 60, 6 10 100 minutes. Yeah, it's 6000 minutes. Yeah, it means 100 minutes. 100 minutes means around 1 hour 40 minutes. So after 1 hour, I mean till 1 hour 40 minutes, if there are no messages arrived into this channel, then the channel goes to inactive state. So that is the meaning of disconnection interval. So for example, I will alter this property of the channel, like alter channel CHL1, channel type SDR, disconnection interval. I just put like 10, which means 10 seconds. Now I will restart the channel once to take the property effect. Like whenever we change any channel property, right, we must restart the channel. Then only the latest property will be taken into picture. Now I will start the channel. I have started the channel. Now the channel 1 is running, and also if I display the channel properties, the disconnection interval is 10 seconds. So just wait for 10 seconds. This channel will automatically goes to inactive state if no message arrived into this channel within 10 seconds. So if my guess is right, 10 seconds might have been finished by this time. So if I check the channel status, display CHS CHL1, see, again channel status not found. At that time, again we have to manually start the channel so that it will come to running stage. Now display CHS CHL1. Now it's running. Now again wait for 10 seconds. It will again go to inactive state. So yeah, by this time channel must have been in an active state. Display CHS CHL1. See, again channel went in active state. So I have done nothing here. With the help of disconnection interval as 10 seconds, so this channel went in active state. Again, we have to start the channel so that point to point setup will work. So what is the problem here? Do you notice any complication here?
So whenever sender want to send some data, the channel will get inactive. So that is the problem.
Correct. So every time you have to start the channel manually. Again, a workload to the MQ admin. So to avoid this problem, IBM introduced a concept called channel triggering. It means with the help of channel triggering, we are going to start our sender channel automatically whenever certain messages are arrived on the associated transmission of the sender channel. It means, let's assume this sender channel is in inactive state. So inactive is not a problematic state. That is absolutely fine. The channel went to inactive state due to disconnection interval. That is fine. But the problem is when you want to make it running state, you have to manually start it. To avoid that problem, what we have to do is we are going to apply certain trigger conditions on this associated transmission queue, so that whenever message came to this transmission queue, right, the queue manager will verify that conditions, and based on that condition, sender channel will automatically comes to running state and message will flow into the receiving side. That is the advantage we are going to achieve with the channel trigger. So now let's see some technicalities. So yeah, simple. How it is going to work? So there are certain conditions we are going to apply on the transmission queue. So once message is arrived on the transmission queue, if the conditions are met, then the triggering will start working. Here triggering means the channel triggering. The channel is automatically going to start. Okay. Now, before going to see the technical implementation of channel triggering, we need to understand about some terminology about the channel triggering. So they are, number one, trigger event. So trigger event is a condition which is applied on the queue. So just now we have discussed, to enable a channel triggering, we need to apply certain conditions on the associated transmission queue of the sender channel. So the process of applying that condition, that is called trigger event. So trigger message, a message that is generated by the queue manager when certain conditions are met, that is called a trigger message. For example, if you see this diagram, So in the transmission queue, we are going to apply a condition. So that is called trigger event. Whenever message arrived on this transmission queue, the queue manager is going to verify that condition. Like if the condition is satisfied, then the queue manager will generate a message. That message contains which sender channel should start, and that message is called trigger message. So trigger message is not a business related message. It is completely internal purpose of MQ, like which channel you have to start. That information will be stored in the trigger message. So trigger message is not a business related message. Trigger message contains only trigger event details, like which sender channel you want to start. That's it, nothing else. So now we are learning something about initiation queue. So till now we know about a local queue, a remote queue, a transmission queue. Now we are learning a new predefined queue that is called initiation queue. So a queue that holds trigger message, that is called initiation queue. So for example, if trigger condition is satisfied, queue manager will generate a trigger message, right? So this trigger message will be stored by a queue, and the queue is called initiation queue. So basically initiation queue stores the trigger message that is generated by the queue manager. That's it. So the default initiation queue for channel triggering is system.channel.init queue. Like whenever we create a queue manager, right, the queue manager itself creates some system objects. System objects means those are created at the time of queue manager creation itself. So out of those system queues, system.channel.init queue is one of the initiation queue that is created at the time of queue manager. So instead of creating a new initiation queue, we will use already existing system channel init queue. So for example, see here right now there are two queue managers. Now I'm going to create a new queue manager, say CRTMKM QM3. Now whenever I create this queue manager, you see this line, default object statistics 84 created. It means 84 default objects, 84 system objects have been created. Out of this 84 system objects, system.channel.init queue is one of the system object which is created during the time of queue manager creation. Okay. All right. Okay. Now we are going to understand about a queue property that is called a trick type. So right now for a local queue, we have already know some properties, right? Like cur depth, max message length, max depth, put, get, depth persist, like this we know. Now we are learning a new property of a local queue that is called trick type. Okay. So trick type is an attribute which will be having three qualified values: first, depth, and every. For example, for a local queue, if trick type has been set as first, it means that trigger message is generated whenever first message arrives the queue. It means that for example, for this transmission queue, so what is transmission queue? It's nothing but a local queue only, because it is having the ability to store the messages. Now for this transmission queue, if I set a trick type as first, it means as soon as the sender channel went to inactive state, after inactive, whatever the first message arrived to this transmission queue, then trigger condition is going to satisfy. That is the meaning of trick type first. It means after inactive, first message came, then the channel has to start. That is called trick type first. Now trick type depth. It means trigger message is generated when the queue reaches a certain depth. For example, so for this transmission queue, trick type, I have set it as trick type depth, and I have given my depth is equal to 10. It means once channel went to inactive state, the first message came, but a trick depth we have given 10. So condition not satisfied, so trigger message is not generated, and then channel won't start. So if the second message came to the transmission queue, then current depth of transmission queue is 2, but depth is 10. If trigger, I mean, another third message came, but still it does not satisfy the condition because depth we have given 10. Whenever 10 messages arrive at this transmission queue, it means whenever transmission queue depth reaches 10, then depth equal to trig depth 10. So the condition is satisfied and queue manager generates the trigger message and then the channel is going to start. That is called a trig type depth. Now finally, trig type every. Every means trigger message is going to be generated for each and every message that arrives the queue. So for example, here if the channel is running or if the channel is inactive, that condition is not going to check whenever trigger condition is every. So for example, first one message came, it will blindly generate the trigger message. Second message came, it will blindly generate the trigger message. Third message came, queue manager will blindly generate the trigger message. That is the meaning of trig depth every. So for each and every message, trigger message is going to be generated and your channel is going to be running if it is inactive. If it is running, then the trigger message is going to be ignored. That is the meaning of trig type every. So
to troubleshoot, how we can see this trig messages?
you want to see the trigger messages?
Where they are stored or where these messages can be seen?
You know the answer, right? You remember in the previous slide I told you there is something called initiation queue that will store the trigger message. So whenever trigger message is generated, the queue manager will store the trigger message in the initiation queue called system.channel.init queue. So if you browse this initiation queue, you can see the messages like the depth is going to be increased like that.
Okay.
So message will be stored, I mean trigger message will be stored in the system channel INIT queue.
Okay, sir.
All right. So clear with the first depth and every.
Okay.
So first means only for first message after channel inactive, trigger message is going to be generated. Depth means after channel went to inactive state on a certain depth, it could be 5, 10 or 100, whatever the depth you give. So on that particular depth, trigger message will be generated. Every means for each and every message, trigger message is going to be generated. And the trigger message will be stored in the initiation queue. So for channel triggering, it will be system.channel.init. All right. Now let's implement the channel triggering. So to start the sender channel, whenever certain conditions are met. Okay. Before explaining about channel triggering, let me explain you one example. So see, generally we go to malls and multiplexes, right? Maybe not this time. Before Corona, we used to go regularly, right? So so in the multiplexes, we must have seen some automatic escalators, right? Like for example, whenever human we able to enter that step, then it will start rotating. When we are done, when we reach our destination, after certain time, that escalator, the steps on the escalator will stop working, will start functioning, right? You notice that?
Sir, can you repeat, sir? Sorry, I didn't get you.
Okay, so in the multiplexers, like there would be automatic escalators, right? You know what is an automatic escalator?
Yes, yes.
Like there will be steps rotating, and when there are no humans on the escalator, it will be inactive. Power supply will be there, but it won't in function. But
Correct.
just before the first step, there would be a red light. When we cross that red light, then the steps will start rotating. They will come in function. So
Correct.
So do you notice any advantage with that? Why they put that automation there?
Sir, there are sensors which detects humans are present on the escalators or
Ah,
not.
right. So what is the advantage of that sensor? Why they have to put? They can just leave it like 24/7. They will keep running, although human is there or not. They put it like that, na? Simple.
They are saving the electricity, I guess.
Exactly. So they are saving some power. Ultimately, they are saving some money, right?
Yes.
So the same concept is going to apply for trigger. Whenever message flow is there, then channel should be up and running. Whenever message flow is not there, make it inactive. so that you are optimizing the queue manager resource. Whenever channel is running, it means that you are utilizing some performance. It is going to impact the performance of the queue manager. But when you are optimizing it, whenever it is needed, then it will give the best performance. When it is necessary, then only you are going to use. When it is not needed, you are not going to use it. So that's what the triggering concept is. So channel triggering means to start the sender channel automatically whenever certain conditions are met. So the conditions are applied on the associated transmission queue of the sender channel. So the command will look like this. Like there is a transmission queue. So we need to alter some properties. Like there is a property called a trigger or no trigger. So trigger means trigger is enabled. No trigger means triggering is not enabled. And we have to give trick type, either first or depth or every. So we are going to see the conditions. And trick data, we have to give the sender channel name, which sender channel you need to start. And then INITQ, we have to give system.channel.initq to where the trigger message is going to be stored. So this would be the command. So let's implement now. So for example, so right now what I will do is, okay, let me delete QM3 because it's not needed. Okay, now see, run MKC QM1. Right now, what is the status of the channel? Is it running or is it inactive?
It is inactive.
It is inactive. Okay. Now the thing is, what I'm going to do is, I will, instead of start the channel with this start channel command every time manually, I will put some automation on this using my triggering mechanism, my channel triggering mechanism. And to enable channel triggering, we have to apply the conditions on the associated transmission queue of sender channel, which is CHL1. So our first job is we have to identify what is my associated transmission queue of CHL1. So if I see the properties of sender channel using display CHL command, we can see certain channel properties, right? Here we can see something called XMID queue TQ1. So TQ1 is the associated transmission queue for CHL1. So the conditions we have to apply like this. Like whenever messages are arrived on the TQ1, then only my sender channel has to start automatically based on the trigger conditions. It means we have to apply the conditions on TQ1. So that is the logic behind it. So if I see the properties of transmission queue TQ1 local queue, these are the properties. So out of these properties, what are the properties we need to change? We need to change trigger property, trick type property, trick data property, and INATQ property. So 4 new properties we are going to learn about a local queue today. So the first thing is trigger. So by default, every queue is a trigger. So I will do one thing, alter queue local TQ1. I will change it to no trigger. Fine. Display QL TQ1. Okay. Now see, TQ1 is having no trigger. It means right now it's not a triggered queue. And then trick type first. So by default it will set as first only. And then trick data, there is no value. And then INITQ, there is no value. So we'll alter all these things. So the command look like this. So let me open in a notepad. Let me write down it. Okay. Channel triggering. So command look like this for a transmission queue. So alter queue local. The transmission queue name is TQ1, and we have to make it from no trigger to trigger so that it will work as a triggered queue. Then trick type, let's put it as fast, and then trick data. In trick data, we have to mention the sender channel, the associated sender channel we have to put. So what is the sender channel name? That should start automatically in this case.
So send channel CLH1.
CHL1.
CHL1. That's correct. Correct. And then we have to mention IN90Q, which is initiation queue, which is system dot channel dot IN90Q. So system dot channel dot IN90Q is a local queue only. It will be present already there. So now I will do a copy paste of this command. So copy and then paste. Done. Changed. Now if I verify the properties again, now see trigger has been turned to, the queue has been turned from no trigger to trigger. Then trig type is first, then trig data we have sender channel name, and then IN90Q we are having system dot channel dot IN90Q, and the system dot channel dot IN90Q will be already there. See, system dot channel dot IN90Q. So this queue is created during the time of queue manager itself. So it is a IBM into channel initiation queue. And it is having depth and all. Like whenever a trigger message put it on this transmission queue, depth will be increased. Okay, now we have changed the properties for our transmission queue, which is trig type first, which is a triggered queue, trig data channel, and then initiation queue, system channel IN80Q. Fine. Now display CHS channel 1. Now is our sender channel in running status?
So sir.
No.
It's not in running status. Now what I will do is, instead of starting it manually, I will put some messages using AMQ's put program. I mean, let's assume some application is putting the messages, like in this diagram. Yeah. So right now this sender channel is inactive. Now let's put some messages in the remote queue using AMQ's put program. So go to OPT MQM samp bin /AMQS port QR1 QM1. So application is putting the message in QR1. So we are successfully connected to QR1. Now putting message number 1. Done. Now let's quickly go to QM1 and check the status. See, channel came to running status automatically because trigger conditions are satisfied. So a trig type is first, and first message came to this transmission queue, so that channel came to running status automatically. Okay, now for this channel disconnection interval has been set to 10. It means after 10 seconds this will definitely go to inactive. For example, display CHS CHL1. Now see, automatically went to inactive. Now let's try to put another message. Now I am not going to start it manually. I am putting some messages using /AMQS put QR1 QM1. Now message number 2 came. Now let's go to QM1, display CHS CHL1. See, now it's running because after inactive again first message came. So the channel came to running status because the trigger type condition, trig type first condition has been satisfied. Now for this channel disconnection interval has been set to 10 seconds, and if you check the channel status, it must be inactive. See, so channel comes to running state automatically whenever message came to the transmission queue. As soon as message went out from the transmission queue within 10 seconds, so the channel is going to be inactive. So this is a completely automation in the sender channel. Now we have put two messages, message number 1 and message number 2. So like so we have put two messages here, and trigger condition satisfied, channel came to running state, and these messages must have been reached to the receiving queue, right? It means in the receiving queue of QM2 now the depth must be 2, correct? Message ultimately has to reach to the destination. That is our purpose of point-to-point setup, but inside we are using an automation called channel triggering. Now if I go to this QM2 and if I see QL2 depth, it must be 2. For example, run MQSC QM2 display QL2. Let's see the cadet itself. See cadet message number 1, message number 2. So your point to point setup is perfectly working. Inside we have added an automation called channel triggering with the condition trick type first. So clear with the trick type first. Any questions?
So trick type first will be only applicable for first message, right? So now you have put another message, message 2. So that will that will not consider as first message, right?
No, that will be considered as a first message only, because what I told you, first message after
So
channel
channel
went
status is
inactive.
showing. Yeah, got it.
Understand?
Yes.
Okay. Now I will change the condition. Now what I will do is, okay, trick type first. This is the condition. Now I will change trick type as depth. It means after channel went to inactive, what is the depth that is going to be reached? Based on that condition, your channel has to start. Like alter queue local transmission queue name trigger. This is same. In the trick type, I am going to change it to depth. It is not first now, it is depth. And trick depth, whenever we have given depth, there is a property called trick depth comes into picture. Trick depth, I will put it like 10. It means whenever this transmission queue reaches a certain depth, a current depth of 10, then only condition will be satisfied and then trigger message will be generated. So
Hello, sir. You are not audible.
TQ1 depth 10. So this is for TQ1. This is for, hold on. TQ1 depth as first. Okay. So the command look like this. Go to the sending queue manager QM1 and check your transmission queue properties TQ1. So the properties we need to change is, so it's solid trigger, so that's fine. And trick type we have to mention DEPTH depth, and in the trick depth we have to mention like 10. By default it will be 1, so we are going to change it as 10. And then trick data channel, this is fine, and initiation queue system channel INATQ, this is also fine. So command look like this: alter q local TQ1 trigger trick type depth, and then trick DPTH trick DPTH, let's put 10. So trick data, it is already with the correct values only, no need to change, but that's fine. Let's try to give trick data CHL1, then INITQ system dot channel dot INITQ. Correct? Yeah, it's changed. Now let's see display QL TQ1. Now see, it's a triggered queue. TQ1 is a triggered queue, trick depth 10, and trick type is depth, and then trick data CHL1, this is the initiation queue. Now the channel status CHL1, the status is not found. Okay, now let's try to put the messages. /amks put qr1 qm1. So message, now the channel is inactive. Whenever channel is inactive, count starts from 1. Okay, so message number 1, message number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Fine. So sending application has put 7 messages. Now let's go to QM1 and you see the status. Is it running? Is it started?
No, not yet.
No.
Channel is not. Yes, channel is not started. The reason behind, what is the trigger condition we have given for TQ1? Trig depth is 10.
Depth
But
is
what will
same.
be the
Yeah,
current?
depth is
7.
So correct. So for example, if I see the properties of TQ1, the trig depth you have given 10, but the card depth is 7 only. So message will stuck in the transmission queue because the sender channel is not in running status. Whenever sender channel is not in running status, then the messages are going to stuck in the transmission queue only. That is the purpose of transmission queue. Okay. So as the trigger condition is not satisfied, hence trigger message is not generated by the queue manager. Hence this channel CHL1 is not started. Now I will put another two messages. Let's assume AMQS put QR1, QM1. So message number 8, message number 9. What do you think? The channel would be in running status?
no, sir.
Yes.
No, it won't be in running status because still the condition
9.
is not satisfied. So display QL TQ1. Now see, current depth is 9, but the trig depth is 10. So condition not satisfied. So 9 not equal to 10. So the condition not satisfied and trigger message is not generated. Hence channel is not running. Now 10th message is getting put. AMQ has put QR1, QM1. Message message number 10. Now see, go to QM1, display CHS HL1. Now see, channel came to running status because
Correct.
as soon as transmission queue cadence reaches 10, immediately trigger condition satisfied and immediately trigger message generated and the initiation queue has started the channel CHL1. Now see, if you see the current depth of TQ1, now the message current depth is 0 because as soon as channel came to running state, automatically message must have been transported to the receiving side, which is in QL2, which is physically created in QM2. For example, if I go to QM2, which is a receiving queue manager, and if I check the QL2 card depth here, now see it is 12, previously to now 10, so total 12. So that is what the trig type depth. Okay,
Sir,
and
want to
also
know one thing.
Go ahead.
Trig type, you can either set it to first or either set it to depth. That is what you want to
Yes.
say?
Come
Both the
again.
properties cannot be set together, right, sir?
No, you can't set them together. It has to be either first or depth or every.
Okay, got it, sir.
All right. Yeah. So now the channel, it must be in inactive status because we have put the disconnection interval of the sender channel is 10. For example, display CHS, CHL1. See, immediately it went to inactive because within 10 seconds, no message arrived to the transmission queue. So channel went to inactive state. Now again, I will put 10 messages. AMQ has put QR1, QM1. Again, message number 1, message number 2, message number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now see, go to QM1, display CHS CHL1. Now it's running. Now let's wait for 10 seconds. It will automatically go to inactive because the disconnection interval of this CHL1 is 10. So display CHS, CHL1. See, automatically went to inactive. Now when you put 10 messages, again channel will automatically comes to running state. The 10 messages will reach the destination, and then after 10 seconds, this CHL1 will go to inactive status because the disconnection interval of the CHL1 is 10. Like display CHL1, and the disconnection is 10. Okay. Now got a clarity about the concept of triggering?
Yes.
So yeah, that's it. Okay, so with this we have completed the triggering concept also. So by tomorrow I am expecting you practice both point to point setup and then module 6 triggering also. All right.
Sir, every is pending, right?
Oh, you want to see every every also? Fine, every is very simple. Okay. Right now the channel status not found. Now what I will do is I will alter the trigger conditions for my transmission queue. What I will do is alter q local pq1 trigger trick type every. Now trigger depth doesn't matter now because trick type is every. It means for each and every message, trigger message will be generated. So trick data chl1 initq system dot channel dot initq for every message of tq1. All right. Now see the command look like this. Okay, let me do a copy paste. So copy paste. It's now changed. Now see this display QL CQ1. See now trick type is every. Whenever trick type is every, this trick depth is not going to work. It is not going to take it. Now see the channel displays CHS CHL1. It's inactive. Now let's try to put the message. AMQ has put QR1 QM1. Message 1 done. Message must, the channel must have been running status. It's in running.
Okay.
Okay. Now let's do one more thing. Let's put 8 messages now. Display CHS CHL1. Now it's inactive. Now let's put AMQS put QR1 QM1. Message 1, message 2, message 3, message 4, message 5, message 6, message 7. Now total we have put 7 messages. So the thing is, end is another message. All right. Now the thing is, if you quickly go to QM1 and check the status,
Mohan sir, you're not audible.
guys, can you hear me?
Now
Yes,
it
sir.
is clear.
All right. So yeah, that's all with the triggering. So very simple concept. Just you need to alter some properties in the transmission queue. But the thing is, you have to understand what's happening in the backend. That's the main thing.
Okay.
Okay. So by next session, I am expecting you both practice this point-to-point setup and then triggering concept. Okay.
Okay, sir.
All right. So tomorrow we are going to start with a new thing that is called dead letter queue. After this, we are going to start with the logs concept. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So
Okay.
yeah, that's it, guys. We'll meet you tomorrow again.
Okay.
Fine,
So
sir.
one question
Thank you.
before we wind up.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. In real time scenario, I mean, what is this? What is the significance of this triggering? I mean, is it for optimization of performance or performance tuning something?
Yes, exactly. You are automating the things like as soon as it is needed, you are utilizing that particular object. As soon as it is not needed, then you are making inactive of the channel. It means you are optimizing the queue manager resource. So the thing is, right now in our lab setup, we have just 1.2 setup, one sender channel in QM1. But in the real time, there would be hundreds of sender channels. So if the hundreds of sender channels unnecessarily running without any use, then that will cause so much performance issue, so much memory, so much power unnecessarily on the queue manager, so much burden on the queue manager. So you are using RAM, you are using CPU, so many things you are using whenever a process is running, right? Now
Yes, sir.
with the help of this automation, you are saving all those things.
Okay.
So
Okay, sir.
that's the
Another
purpose of
question.
triggering.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, another question. But in real-time scenario, the application is live and up and running. So every seconds it would be triggering, it would be sending some messages, right?
Exactly.
So
Correct.
in that case, in that case, I mean, how do you see the triggering is implemented? It is
No,
for
in that case,
it is for
in that
small
case,
depth.
no, in that case, I mean, for it is continuously connected and keep on sending the message.
Mhm. Yes.
Then like you could put any kind of triggering in that case also, because see, what is the purpose of queue manager? What is the purpose of MQ? Message has to be transported continuously. Whenever
That
there is some
yes.
relaxation, object has to be relaxed. That's it.
Yep. Yep.
So that's it. So you can put either first or depth or every based on your business case.
Okay. Okay, sir. I'll check it from my side and
No problem. No problem.
Sir, why
get back.
NCA is important?
Yes.
MCA is for message channel agent. MCA means channel. That's it. There is no speciality of MCA. MCA means message channel agent, which means it's internal part of the channel. That's it.
Sir,
MCA means a
but
channel.
when
That's
we
it.
are creating the channel, this property you have to set manually, right? MCA.
No, not required. Is there a property called MCA for a channel? I don't know. Let's
So
see.
basically, sir, in my real-time scenario, I
Uh,
am putting this MCA value in channel manually.
okay. Where is the MCA? Which property we're saying about? Do you see my screen?
Sir, not on Linux.
Hmm.
This here you can see, right? MCA type, MCA name, MCA user.
Uh-huh.
So there
Correct.
we are putting MCA, I guess. So I am talking about Windows, sir. I am not using MQ on Linux machine yet.
1 second. In Windows also, the properties are going to be same. It is not going to be changed.
Sir, today I will check and get back to you on the next session. In next session.
Sure. Sure. No problem. Just check me what MCA you are exactly doing. If it is for
Yes, sir.
MCA user, there is a purpose. We are going to discuss this MCA user in the security. This is for security purpose.
Okay, sir. Fine, fine.
Okay. You just check
Yeah.
and we'll discuss tomorrow.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. Sure, guys. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.